Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to Elderberry Sprout. So today is my birthday, and to give back to myself, if you guys are on Instagram, you probably saw me talking about a little bit about this, but I made this book in the shape of a heart so I can focus on the things that I love a little bit and be a little bit selfish this time of year. So I made this book, and I'm going to flip through and show you. So, this is a heart-shaped book. I was inspired by a whole bunch of medieval manuscripts to make this, except it's not going to house a Bible, because I think in medieval England it did house Bibles, but I love all of the fabric I chose. So, to start off with, it is a junk journal style, I guess exposed spine here, and this was originally the fabric here it's two different fabrics. There's this part and this part, both of which were skirts. This was a skirt I got when I was like 16. This was a skirt that I got probably 10 years ago or so. And then I just used some waxed cotton DMC floss for the stitching there. And then these are silk ribbons. They're very similar to the ones that were in my shop, because I made a group of self-love grimoire, so it's just red silk. Originally it was a pair of like pajamas, a pajama set, so it had pants in the top. But anyways, beautiful silk, so I've been using that for a long time. This fabric here was also a skirt, and I remember when I chopped it from a dress into a skirt and all of this, and I wore it for years. Now for the signatures, oh my gosh, we've got 4 signatures here, and I made a little pocket back here and just stapled that on. We're starting off with a piece of wallpaper, which I just love this pattern. I think it's so pretty. It wouldn't lay flat originally, so I had to iron it. So pro tip, I guess that works, ironing wallpaper. It's mainly a lot of construction papers, and I think this is a tracing paper, or not tracing paper, a coloring paper, like from a coloring pad. Lots of lovey, kind of sensual colors. So my intentions for this first signature, ooh, that's so fun. Okay, so I beeswaxed this string, and apparently in my little craft shack that I'm filming in right now, it was warm, so the wax melted into the page. That looks so cool. Oh, I've seen these things called ghost signatures. Maybe I can do a ghost signature on this page. That would be super fun. Anyway, so my intentions for the first signature is for me to focus on the things that I love about myself. So I'm going to be talking about the different, I guess, skills I have, what I like about my personality, and giving myself some love. Oh, this is the first thing I've added. You can be the ripest, juiciest peach in the whole world, and there's still going to be somebody who hates peaches. So that's a reminder for me. I don't need to be myself for others. I need to be myself for myself and just be a juicy peach. So there's our first signature. By using this wallpaper, I was trying to bring more colors into it, because originally it was just a lot of reds and pinks, but I wanted to add like a little bit of gold and like blue. Because I think, blue like has a representation of water, so it's kind of being present with your emotions. So, and the gold of like the golden light coming down, kind of like in my last video, I was talking about the golden light coming down into your body and, giving you energy and whatnot. So that's the first signature. Got some golds and blues. The second signature, I don't know what I want to do with yet, but I want to have like a theme for each signature. So this is going to be the things I like about myself. This might be things I like to do. The next one might be things, I don't know. It's going to be so fun to fill this up. Anyway, so it's mainly the same papers in each signature. So instruction paper, kind of in different orders, but then there's one strange paper at each one. The first signature had the wallpaper. This one has a page from an old, I guess it's music book. And the song is Geordie, because, oh, there you go. This has made the decision for me. So I love to sing the song Geordie. There's certain songs like by Pentangle, Steel Eye Span, and Joan Baez. She sang a version of Geordie. that they're in my register and I really enjoy singing them. So that's gonna, maybe I'll make this into a singing page. But yeah, so this is definitely a signature of stuff that I like to do. For the next signature, same papers, and then we have for the center signature, center page, we have a piece of art that I did when I was, I don't remember how old I was, but I remember making a whole bunch of them. Now, I talked about this in my Grimoire flip-throughs too. This is the same batch of art. I did all sorts of them, and this one's a little bit different. It's not really so much of like a landscape with trees, but it's a landscape of a sunset with flowers. So I really enjoy that. And I think, yeah, I don't know. Maybe this signature can be about trusting myself a little bit, because I remember making these pieces of art when I was little, and I just wanted to keep making them and keep making them. I felt I had just like, I couldn't stop myself. It was like almost an obsessive thing. And it was at school, and my teacher was really nice, so she let me, thankfully. But yeah, I can't imagine where she even let me try all of these things, 'cause I made a whole bunch of them. I still have them, so yeah, I don't know. I'm probably gonna use maybe some emotions and trusting myself. Those are some good themes for this, because when you're in the flow state, you don't want to say no to the flow, right? So there you go. Some more construction papers. Boop, boop, boop. Oh, and this page here is really fun. So this is going to be from a calendar, or this was from a calendar rather, and we got some 3 little old folks in old America. It looks like an older sister is fixing her little sister's shoe. You got a fellow carrying a chair here. And then on the back side, we've got this little girl feeding an apple to a horsey, which just makes my heart so happy. So maybe this will be about the people that I love. So whether it's my family or rock stars or actors and actresses or small entrepreneurs that I'm inspired by. So I think that would be pretty fun to do that. Oh, the cool thing about this calendar, it was like ginormous. So the back of it does have like little sun and moon phases and stuff. So last quarter, new moon. And so I think it's, yeah, 1982. So a little before I was born. It would have been perfect if it was from when I was born, but yeah, so I'm really happy with how this book turned out. Believe it or not, I'm actually not going to be sharing the Grimoire process of me doing these pages because I want them to be just for me, and that's a part of the gift that I'm giving to myself for my birthday. So I will not be showing the process of these, but once this journal is done, I will definitely give it a flip through and show you guys. Up until now, I've kind of had one Grimoire that I work through at a time, and then at that point, once it's full, I'll move on to a new one. But with this book, because it's in the shape of a heart and I have a theme for it, it's like a separate project in my head. So I'm going to come to this, my goal for this book at least, is to be able to come to this if I'm feeling ungrounded or I feel like I'm not connecting with myself, then I can come to it and be like, oh yes, this is who I am. So, because yeah, sometimes I get a little bit ungrounded and I feel other people's energies and I take them on as my own. So really I need to focus on, oh wait, what are my own energies? So this will help me define that a little bit better. Since it has a specific use for me that I see going into the future, I think it's useful to have it as its own book because it's solving a particular problem for me, which is awesome. So I'm definitely going to give you guys a flip through when it's done. Might be a while, but I would be happy to share it. I would love to know if you guys have ever made a book in a weird shape, because this was such a fun process to make the cover. Actually, I'll explain a little bit about the pages too. So to make these pages, I originally just copied the cover size and shape and then trimmed it about a 1/4 of an inch, probably more like yeah. So to make these pages, I originally took the cover, traced it onto a piece of paper, and then trimmed about a 1/4 inch off of the paper. And then to cut the rest of the papers, the paper was folded in half, so I would nest the other folded papers inside, like pretty much half of a signature at a time, or maybe 2 pages within, because it's folded, so it's like 4 sheets of paper you're cutting through. and then I would just trim the pages to fit. And then I would put more in and then trim it, put more in and then trim it. That's one signature. Take the front page off because that was the template. Put my done signature to the side and then put the other ones, the new ones from the next signature into my template page. So that system worked really well to get these all to fit in there. Super happy with that system. But doing that was not only a little bit wasteful, because I have all of these leftover heart-shaped papers, which of course I'm still going to use, but I'll just have to get creative with how I'm going to use them, because some of them still open up, you know? The leftover Geordie page, it still looks like a heart, so maybe there's some way I can make a secondary book that has a whole bunch of heart sheets with like paper glued onto it, just for fun. But I'm sure it won't be too difficult for me to come up with something to use those for. But so it's a time-intensive process trimming these, and it was a little bit wasteful, but it almost makes the book more special in a way, because it's not as simple and easy and straightforward as, you know, a square rectangular book. So I really enjoy the level of just enjoyment that I'm getting out of this, because that's kind of a concept I'm going into as well, is like doing things for pleasure. Being okay. Doesn't have to be productive, doesn't have to be the most efficient, because I've been caught up on the concept of efficiency quite a bit, so like, you know what? I can have a book in the shape of a heart even if it's wasting half the page. That's okay, because it's pretty and I like it. I've got my pretty flowers. So I'm just focusing on that for my next year. I'm pretty excited about it. But like I was gonna say, I have seen other books in different shapes. Some of them are like hands. So you open them up and it's like a little hand prayer book style. I've seen some as butterfly like wings opening up. I think those are super beautiful. I've also seen some that are shaped like a house. So it has like a little peak in the bottom, and then you kind of have like two houses. So I think I'm really gonna play with that concept a lot. If I have a certain idea for like a theme for a book, and like if that book is going to serve a certain purpose, like if I were, you know, doing a renovation and I needed to have a place to put all of the inspiration for my house and how I want my house to make me feel and how I, you know, the color palette, it would be nice to have a book that's in the shape of a house. I feel like that's a fun way to differentiate between the functionality of each book. So you might see more books like this on my channel going forward, just for fun. Anyway, have you guys ever made a book in a weird or strange shape? I would love to hear about it in the comments below and how your experience was using it, because I will say I'm kind of spooked out using these heart pages because they're so different. The shapes are. So I'm wondering if I should have the words angled this way, angled in, or if they should be up and down and just have like a little square right here that I focus on. I'll have to look at some medieval illuminated manuscripts like these to get some inspiration. But yeah, tell me your experiences with odd-shaped books in the comments down below. I would love to hear about it. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, you guys. Thank you for getting me to 5,000 subscribers on my channel. Oh my gosh! Never thought I'd be here, but here we are, and it's, you know, it's all thanks to you guys, so thank you so much for sticking around. And thank you for spending this time today with me on my birthday. So I hope you all have a magical day, and I'll see you next time. Bye!